Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm joined this evening by Mr. Jamie Phillips. How are we doing this fine evening?
No, I'm good, man. I'm doing good, man. We were talking about politics before we went live. So,
Yeah, talking about politics that will never, ever be discussed about on air. We will hopefully be joined by Callum. Evening, Ryan, my fellow work colleague. He's in the chat as well. He messaged me before saying, "Have I fallen asleep?" The answer was no. Just talking politics, just talking how the world's gonna, not work out. But hey ho. But yes, hopefully Callum will be joining us after he's finished up with Coppish. They're in a very, very heated debate over the Mr. Jurgen Klopp, but hopefully he will join us soon. Jamie, UFC 302 tomorrow.
Yes, man.
Press conference done. Weigh-ins done. The co-main event, the main event, both weighed in. No one missed weight.
Excellent.
Which is always good because we don't want to end up like what happened with Charles versus Gaethje, where the second Charles stepped into the second the bell went and just lost the belt straight away. So glad that fighters have made weight. I don't know whether or not you want to touch on the press conference. The press conference was interesting to say the least. Did the press conference make you change your mind about who your picks is to win the main event? Or did it just solidify your original pick?
No, I think it solidified it a little bit. Yeah. I got to be fair, I just love listening to Sean Strickland. He's hilarious. I watched Sean do his own what when they just do their own like MMA hour had their Sean Strickland, like a 20-minute Sean Strickland, everything up. Watching that and I think Sean, that guy, man. When we come on to him later, I'll talk about him later. But yeah, the rest of the press conference was it was good, man. I thought Dustin and they were giving it a bit. I think he called him a mother effer, didn't he? And
and then
didn't take too well to it.
Nello thing. I went, I talk about my mother like that.
Yeah, it's like,
in the face of a thought.
You know what I'm saying?
Know what you're saying, absolute idiot. But I think for me, in the press in the presser, solidified to me that Dustin is a guy that's got everything on the line, because I think he knows that this is the third and the final chance he will get to fight for undisputed gold, especially at 55. This could even be his last fight if he's unsuccessful. I highly doubt that, but do you think that plays into his mind? Because I don't like it when fighters a week on fight week of arguably your biggest fight in your career talking about hanging the gloves up. Because of my mind, if you're already thinking about retirement, you should already be retired. Because that shows your mind's not in the game. You're not in the game anymore.
That's the thing, ain't it? I mean, I don't like that talk either, because we've said it before, ain't we? Have multiple other fighters. When you start talking about retirement,
your foot's out the door. And
you're thinking of it. So if you're thinking of it, you're not. Are you 100% committed to doing the job on the weekend? And that's the issue. And I don't think if Dustin's thinking about finishing it and calling it a day, then you got to feel like he's not 100% ready for this fight. And if you're not 100% ready for Islam, it's a bad night for you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a bad night. And I do think this is a nightmare matchup for Dustin.
Yeah.
This is a nightmare, because this isn't like what he fought like when he fought Khabib. And let's be honest, he has struggled with grapplers. He struggled against Charles before getting submitted. And even though he won the fight against Benoit Saint Denis, the first round, Benoit had him out on his back, like a few maneuvers away from getting that finished first round. So big up Eric as well. Big up Eric. So there's been definitely opportunities where the grappling isn't up to the level that would be required to hang with Islam. And plus, he does the jumping guillotine thing, which, let's be honest, unless you are an elite jiu-jitsu practitioner, like a Charles Oliveira that can probably pull that off. You should not be doing that anyway. And the fact that he's mentioned saying that, he could pull off a flying guillotine, thinking, because I think I know how this is going to end if you attempt to do that,
That's what he now wants him to do, though, isn't it? Because he did it to Khabib, didn't he?
Big up Luke as well. No, what he did, he had him. I don't think he had him in the guillotine.
Yeah, he had him quite tight, didn't he?
Guillotine.
No, but he had him quite tight.
Yeah, I think Habib was like, I think he said, like, Dustin's a crazy guy. He thinks they're going to tap in front of my father.
Yeah, you'd have to kill him.
Yeah, that's the killer. That might be the closest Khabib's ever been to be getting beat,
That was because he was. I think Khabib's even said like it was in deep. He felt it, but
yeah,
as he said, like the problem when you do that to someone like Khabib, he can get on top of you from that position, and we saw the rest of the fight after that. But with Makhachev, though, I just don't want a boring fight because my problem with these fighters like Khabib is that they don't really like to get into stand-up wars too much. That's why
Khabib didn't.
No,
Islam.
Yeah, but what I noticed with Islam, he said to I think in the press conference, Dustin said something about us box. It's box. And he went, "Why should I box? So I can just wrestle you." It's called MMA. We'll just box and that's it. That's just box. I think, I think it's got every fight starts standing up, obviously, but I just think it's not going to be good for him, man. It's not going to be good. I just see Islam boring this one out. Really do.
I don't think so. But big up Eric again with a comment saying Poirier has a chance, but only a chance. I'd love to see it, but I can't see it happening.
Well, he's got that left hook, man. If he connects, right hook, sorry. If he connects with his,
okay, Poirier. I'm gonna bat for the side of why I think Poirier could do it.
Yeah, let's go for it.
I have noticed a theme recently with fighters and staph infections, which is really pissing me off. Seeing fighters that are getting staph infections. You're getting staph infections because you're not keeping your gym fucking clean, not keeping the mats clean. That's how you're getting staph infections.
It's dirty, isn't it?
It is ridiculous. Kelvin Gastelum had the same problems getting staph infections, needing to pull out of fights. Benoit Saint-Denis, staph infection. Looked okay in round 1 against Dustin. Poirier, energy sapped. Let's be honest, Islam looked like he's got a staph infection on his leg by the looks of it, because he's also been training with one of those guards on like your shin to sort of protect the shin as well. Yeah, again, staph infection. Is that going to affect him as much as people think?
Only if he gets hit on it. Probably
if he gets hit on it with a leg kick. Eric says, yes, it sounds so dirty. Yes, usually a staph infection happens when you don't keep clean. You don't keep the gym clean. You don't keep... I think if you don't keep yourself clean, I think how you get a staph infection. But I know it's like if you don't keep your mats clean and stuff like that, that's how you get it. But it's basic hygiene, and I'd expect better from the camp from AKA for fighters to get staph infections. Like, I would expect better from how that gym operates to sort of keep the gym in tip-top condition, because let's say Dustin lands the leg kick and his leg shuts off because he got hit right in that staph infection and Islam loses the belt. I'd hate to go back into training when he goes back into training after losing that belt.
Yeah, I mean, if that like staph infections are quite strange infections, because they can be very little, obviously, to ginormous, and then they can make you really ill at the same time. But by the look of it, the mark so I think eagle-eyed viewers have saw a red mark on the front of his shin, ain't they? I believe that's what they've seen, ain't they? Like a red round mark on the front of his shin. Islam apparently saying it's not, but he's trying to make out of it it's not, but he's wearing his pads over the top of it.
Yeah.
The problem is, if he's treating it with antibiotics and all that, he's got to put that in front of the testing USADA and the testing companies and all that, and the Athletic Commission. Also, if it has, the thing is that if they turn into abscesses, then yeah, it's dangerous for the person. So
I've just find the definition, like the NHS definition of a staph infection. Bacteria that causes staph infection live harmlessly on many people's skin, often in the nose, armpits, and on the behind. They usually only cause an infection, but if they get into the skin, for an example, through a bite or cut, staph infections can spread across to others through skin or close contact.
Yeah, it can be contagious, basically. Yeah.
So it can be contagious, especially if he's had a cut as well, and he's been rolling around on dirty mats, or he's not sufficiently cleaned the wound on his leg. Then yes, that could affect to it. Am I looking too much into it?
Well,
yes,
it's what a cold sore is, isn't it? It's what a cold sore is, basically. Cold sore's a staph infection, basically. You're not allowed to fight. I know in UFC you're not allowed to fight if you've got a cold sore because it's contagious. Yeah, I mean, it'd be interesting to see how he moves that leg on Saturday. If he checks with it.
He did slip going up to the presser, the press conference. Did you see? He went up and he slipped
on that leg as well, on that same leg with the infections.
On that leg, and just gone. Oh dear.
Well, fair, I mean, the infection might have cleared up by tomorrow night as well. So if that's the case, it's not really an issue. But
no,
yeah, having staph infections when you're at this sort of athlete should be happening.
When you're at this level, it's not good enough.
No,
right? It's 100% not good enough. Islam also got his 50 clean tests, despite the fact that he did pop in 2016. If people didn't know that, he popped, which ironically the UFC said should have never have happened. Yeah, I've heard that one before. But yeah, so he got his jackets for 50 clean tests as well. Habib's in the corner. But yeah, for me, Dustin needs to pour everything into this. He needs to pour absolutely everything into this. And he needs to look at it and go, yes, he's not Khabib, but I've got a chance. And I think he does have a chance. Anyone that's writing off Dustin, saying he's got no chance, is very disingenuous. He's got a small chance. He's the underdog. He's the betting underdog for a reason. Yeah, because Islam is the dominant champion. This is the first actual lightweight he's going to fight to retain his belt.
I was going to just say this. So a lot of people, I was reading today, I think Brendan Schwab even said it, which obviously if Brendan Schwab said something, you should listen, but he did have a little bit of point. Islam's resume against lightweights, CV-wise, isn't that great?
No.
It isn't.
Because he's either pulled out or opponents have pulled out on him.
Yeah, he's pulled out a lot of fights. I didn't realise how many fights Islam's pulled out. I mean, he's fought Charles Oliveira, which is obviously a great victory, but that's 2022. That was his last lightweight fight.
Yeah, obviously he's fought Volkanovski twice, and
that wasn't at lightweight, though, was it? That was at
No, I know it's at lightweight, but this is, an actual contender in this.
Yeah, but he weren't a lightweight, was he? Volk. He was going up in weight, weren't he?
Yeah, it's going up.
Yeah. So Volk's not really a lightweight. So he fought a man he's far, far bigger at. Oliveira was
this fight.
So he's fought Oliveira, Green, Hooker, and Moses, but in his last few fights at lightweight. That CV's stinky. And he fought Volk twice. You can say the Volk fights, whatever, but the Volk's one of the greatest of all times. We understand that, but the size difference. There was like 2 weight classes between the two of them. It shouldn't have happened. The weight difference was immense. Volk should never have won them fights, and he didn't. That's like it's like a middleweight fight and a heavyweight, basically. The middleweight should never win, no matter how good he is, and that was the difference there. His resume's dog. It really is. Ramos, Task.
I think we have to put it into some context. I think in the fights that were cancelled, yes, he has pulled out of multiple fights and he's had opponents pull out on him. Remember him and RDA was supposed to get booked on multiple occasions. He'd pull out, then RDA would pull out, and then he would pull out, and RDA would pull out, and then eventually they just went, yeah, fuck it, Bobby Green. Bobby Green will do. But I go back to this. I think this is not going to be a boring fight. I think there's going to be a stoppage. I think Islam is going to KO. I think no, Islam's going to finish Dustin, and he's going to finish him like he did with Charles Oliveira. I think Islam is going to box with him. I do think Islam striking, I have to say, is a bit underrated.
No, it's good, okay. Yeah. We saw him knock Volk out, didn't we? So.
Yeah, knock Volk out with a beautiful head kick. But I think Islam striking is underrated. Is it elite? Is it super elite? No. But it's effective. It's very, very underrated. And, it doesn't go, let's box. You're going to be you're going to be diving for your life with your legs. Yeah, you'll be diving. So, and some fighters thinking, oh, what? You think I'm going to be diving for your legs? Well, I'll show you. I'll catch you. And let's be honest, Dustin has been very hittable his last few fights. Obviously suffered that head, like that KO literally 2 fights ago against Justin. And I think, for me, Jamie, I think Islam KOs Dustin in round 2.
Yeah, I don't see. I want Dustin to have Dustin's got a puncher's chance, yeah. He's got a chance. He's got better stand-up, better boxing. And for me, he's the more powerful fighter. Right. He's the most powerful fighter, more powerful fighter on their feet, not on the ground. But my worry is that I think Dustin's slow now. He's not quite nimble, quick enough as he used to be.
As well,
he's quite flat-footed at times. And if you're flat-footed, the thing is, if he's flat-footed against Islam, like Islam's just going to take him down every single time without any worries whatsoever. I think it's going to be the other way around. I think Islam's just going to bore the shit out of everyone and just submit him in round 2. And it's going to be a really poor fight. It's going to be a really poor fight.
Well, I think it's going to be a good fight, especially after the face-off. I think there's now a little bit of bad blood. I think one of them will want to put a statement. And I do agree. I think Dustin has slowed down. He's obviously 35, which means the likelihood of him actually winning is 0. But if anyone could probably buck the odds, it's probably him. This is his one last hurrah, one last shot. He's going to be walking out to Rihanna Diamonds, cover of Diamonds, mixed in with his original one. So he's like, this is, and then plus also Jamie, Cody Rhodes endorsed him for Dustin to finish his story.
Oh God!
So
that's over with.
So everyone in the comments below, is Dustin going to finish his story, or is Islam going to close that chapter of Dustin's career when it comes to fighting for the belt?
If Islam wins this, are we getting Islam Holloway next?
That will be a discussion for after the pay-per-view, if that happens.
And if you've got the BMF belt, I'd say that makes you number 1 contender, if you ask me.
Yes, it does. But hey, we know the UFC, they've got plans. In some crazy way.
I don't know who Islam would fight. I don't want to see there again. Arman, I mean.
Oh God, Arman. Oh God, what a rematch of that?
Justin Gaethje, Gamrot, Chandler, Danush, Holloway.
What's up, yeah? Danuka. Chandler, yeah. I'm gonna get a title shot. No,
or if Conor if Conor beats Chandler, that's your fight.
No, I don't think you were there when me and Callum did our video together. If Conor beats Chandler and Leon beats Bilal, I think it'll be Conor versus Leon in November.
Leon's
but
terrible.
we shall see. We shall see. But everyone in the comments, let us know what you think. Who's going to win that fight? Is it going to be Dustin finishing his story, or do you think Islam's just going to end any shot of him winning the gold? And also, everyone, make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe button, and make sure to subscribe to Jamie Phillips Football Chats. Link is in the description. Jamie, the co-main event, 5-rounder, Sean Strickland, everyone's favorite fighter, versus Paulo Secret Juice Costa. Great main event. Great co-main event. Probably the people's main event.
Yeah,
Great co-main event.
This will be the fight of the night. Fight of the night.
This will be fight of the night. Hey, Jamie, I'll let you take it away.
I think these two boys are just going to stand and bang. Do you know what I mean? That's what they're going to do. Costa might be the funniest man in MMA. He's just hilarious. He is just hilarious. I don't know what side of the bed he sleeps on, by the way, if you know what I mean. But he's a funny cat. There's no doubt about it. He's man's hilarious. Doesn't give a shit. It's gonna be a battle, man. And then look, Strickland, whatever people might think of him, has been done dirty by the UFC. Why ain't he got an immediate rematch? Not getting an immediate rematch in a match that not a lot of people think he lost when he lost his title. In a fight he probably didn't actually lose, in my opinion. And he don't get an automatic rematch, and he's got to fight Paulo Costa, which is a dangerous fight. I just think it's a bit of a joke. I think
not even for a number one contender shot either.
No,
not even a number one contender shot.
Exactly, because if he beats Paulo Costa, where does Strickland go? He's not going to get that title fight because that
gets the loser of Whittaker Hamzat.
Yeah, and that's even worse. It's not right. But this is going to be an exciting fight, man. I actually think Strickland wins. I think he just wins on points. Very hard to finish Costa. So
it's very hard to finish Costa. I don't know what you thought in the presser, where it's like, I'm going to F you over Costa, but don't worry, I'm not going to do Izzy and F you in the octagon. I thought it was fucking hilarious, by the way. But
brilliant. Costa's they're brilliant. These guys are fantastic. I mean, it's what we want, ain't it? Entertaining fighters that are a bit sometimes a bit wrong, you know. Ain't that what we want?
I do have to say, massive shout out to Costa. One thing that I was probably critical of is his lack of activity. He's sitting around waiting. I know he had a pretty bad infection, which is healed up. He fought Robert Whittaker, which was a close fight, and now he's back in the octagon for a quick turn. I don't think it's a quicker turnaround, but he's back in to fight within 12 months, which is good. So hopefully we get to see a more active version of Paulo Costa, which I always think is the best version of him when he's active, when he's fighting. And yes, this is a great matchup. And this is a 50-50 fight. Mm-hmm. This is a 50-50 fight because, not gonna lie, I can't call it. I cannot call this fight whatsoever.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think they're just going to go for it. I don't think Costa likes a fight, don't he?
Well, let's see how hungry Sean is. Let's see how hungry he is to get back to the belt. Because is this going to be his first fight since he lost the belt?
Yeah.
Since he got screwed over? Let's see how hungry you are to get back to it. Because if he's not hungry, I think Paulo will beat him. But if Sean Strickland's hungry for the belt to prove a point, then I think that's a dangerous Sean Strickland. But if he's here to piss around, then I think he'll.
Yeah, I think
he'll lose.
I think Sean Strickland's the better boxer.
Paulo's just got that power. You see the way he put Whittaker out first round in their fight.
Yeah, Costa's just so big and strong, and he has all that power, you know. And his stand-up's got a lot better. You know, we saw it in the last fight. You know, but he's willing to go to war as well. So, yeah, I think it could be an interesting fight, man.
Do you think? Because it's been 5 rounds, really. I do think it sways it towards a particular fighter. Because I think it gives it the edge for Strickland. Because yes, I don't think Strickland's got that one-hit knockout power, but I do think he is going to, as you said, the better boxer.
It's a combination fighter, ain't he? Yeah, he's a combination fighter, ain't he?
Definitely got better cardio than.
Oh yeah,
because let's be honest, like
that's just
Costa
ginormous.
walks around. So Costa walks around about 236, which was what Stipe weighed in his last fight against Ngannou. And the fact he cut down to 85 is effing ridiculous. For me, Costa should be a light heavyweight.
Yeah, he should be. I don't know why he never fights a 205.
Because he's got the secret juice, baby. He just needs to get it done. He just seems to be able to cut the weight somehow.
I love the guy, man. But yeah, he's a very muscular geezer. So the oxygen around the blood for 5 rounds is going to be difficult. Strickland can go 5 rounds. His cardio looks great.
When was the last
he's a combination fighter as well, ain't he? He's a combination fighter. I think it's going to be interesting, man. Combination versus power. That's what we're going to look at.
The last time we saw Strickland go 5 rounds was
the Izzy fight, wasn't it? Oh, was it the Izzy fight?
Nope.
No, it's
he fought Marvin Vettori at light heavyweight after that mismatch on him missing weight.
Hang on, didn't he lose his title on points?
Who? No, Costa got finished.
Oh, Costa, sorry. Yeah, Costa, yeah.
Yeah, Costa, because last time he fought 5 rounds was against Vettori.
Yeah, light heavyweight.
Yeah, when he had that whole fiasco about him not making weight and stuff like that. So
yeah, Strickland's going to be fine. Costa's going to struggle.
Yeah, I think I was going to say a late stoppage for Costa, but I think I'm going to have to sway with you, Jamie. I think Strickland points.
It's a very 50-50 fight.
But do not be surprised if Sean gets cocky saying, come on, let's stand and bang, and Costa's going to go, yeah, cool. Boom, done, out.
Costa's liking that left head kick at the moment as well, ain't he?
And you can see the way Strickland does that sort of the parry like that all he's going to have to do is just parry that to drop, and then boom.
Yeah, I'd say it's combination versus power. If it goes past 3 rounds, I'm going to give the nod to Strickland on points decision. If anyone's getting finished in the fight, I think it's Strickland within 3. That's what I'm going. I think if it goes past 3, Strickland wins on points. If it goes before 3 rounds, Costa wins by knockout.
You know what? I'm going to have to agree with you there. I think. I don't know what you want to touch on any of the fights on the card. Obviously, got Kevin Holland versus Mikhail Oli. I can't even pronounce the name. Some Polish fighter. I have to say, I have to be honest, right? Apart from the main and co-main, this card is a bit dead.
Yeah, it is a bit. I mean, Kevin Holland being on there helps, I suppose, but Nico Price, Alex Morano. I mean, and Nico Price
coming off that loss to MVP, your favorite fighter.
Yeah. So, I mean, for name value, Kevin Holland being on it helps, as I say. Nico Price, Alex Moreno, Randy Brown. Randy Brown. Jesus Christ. What are we doing here? I mean, you've got Alexander Romanov and Almeida, who are 2 ranked fighters.
On the prelims, I thought.
On the prelims, but you've got Randy Brown versus Elezu on the opening match of the pay-per-view. What are we doing here? Put 2 heavyweights on them and let them bang. What? Open up the show. Get the people pumping.
Plus, we've got Cesar Almeida versus Roman Kopylov.
I know! 2 fights that are far better than the opening 2 fights of the pay-per-view. They are so lazy now.
Hey, I have to say, the prelims are better than the main card, The prelims, Jake Matthews, Philip Rowe, banger. That's a banger.
Matthews, Rowe, Dawson's Link, Romanov and Almeida, that's going to be a fight. And Almeida and Kopylov. I mean, this is... What are we doing?
I have to say, Almeida versus Romanov, the fight off the 2 failed hype trains at heavyweight.
Yeah. And just let them bang, man. So, look, basically, the first 2 matches, the fights of the main card, you could replace quite easily with the 2 main events of the prelims.
Yeah.
And it'd be a better card straight away.
Yeah,
far better card. I don't know what UFC is doing, man. You see what's going on in boxing at the moment in Saudi with his 5 versus 5 tomorrow night, the way boxing is at the moment. Boxing's more exciting than MMA at the moment, and it hasn't been like that for a long time.
Yeah, Demetrius Johnson, that's not a wild take, you know.
It hasn't been like it for a long time.
We'll probably break that down at some point as well. We'll probably break that down at some point next week. I will touch on.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I think UFC just needs. They need this kind of fight, man.
Facelift.
They need they need it. I can't tell you how much I hate the same entrance.
They're both with WWE. They need to take something from their entrances.
Well, WWE's production is far better than UFC's production by a country mile. They just, and it's the same company that owns them. It don't make sense.
That's the crazy thing.
So that tells you the people in WWE are working harder and listening better, and there's not one person who's got this massive ego who thinks it should be this way. Where Dana just thinks that everything should be my way. We'll have the same. Everyone has the same boring entrance out of the ramp, out of the underground car park, like it's a 90s street fight, and and you won't know what arena we're in because it all looks the same.
Yeah, sure. Apart from when they get to the Sphere, there's no way they can make that basic.
I bet they do. I bet they do. Look, I bet they do. I bet we get to the Sphere in September and we're like, oh, they're in MSG. I didn't know that. And no, you're like, no, Jay, this is the Sphere. And it's like, how have they managed this? How have they managed it? How they go? Where they go? Like, I think at the Sphere they go have an entrance. You know, I think at the Sphere they go have they go have a proper Titantron entrance. Because I think someone said that the way it's set up, they can't do the original entrances like they do at other arenas because it's not like an arena, is it?
No.
So they might have to have an actual stage and a ramp. They come down.
It's going to have to be more.
Did it once. UFC did it once under Dana White and the Fertitas. Can't remember what one is it. UFC 42 or something like that, where they had a Titantron and an entrance, and they came down, and it was like, and then they're like, nah. Let's get rid of that. It looks hokey. It's like boxes come out to dance routines and
oh my god, live singing,
light shows and all that, and it's getting bored.
Stingy, that's why.
Oh my god, Cal's taking another call on.
Taking another call on, but here I think we're gonna wrap it up there. Unfortunately, Callum couldn't join us, but for the preview, but I can guarantee you that it will be here tomorrow night for UFC 302. Jamie, can I please say chips and a can of Coke, please?
Jamie, can you say chips and a can of Coke? I'm not. It's a chicken and a can of Coke for a scouser, isn't it? I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't do it. What the chips and a can of Coke?
Yeah, I think I could do it. Can I have some chips and a can of Coke? A can of Coke, please. Some chips and a can of Coke. Is that what you wanted? It's probably really, really bad Scouse accent. I'm sorry for all the Scouse listeners absolutely butchering that. Yes, unfortunately, Calvin couldn't join us. He's still stuck on Coppish. So make sure to go over there after watching this. Make sure to hit the like button, share button, and subscribe. We love you too, Clark H. Jesus Christ, so weird. Yeah, everyone make sure to hit the like button, share button, subscribe to Jamie's channel in the description. Obviously subscribe to the Sanderson Show as well, for where me and Jamie and Callum will be doing the watch on tomorrow. Go over to Coppish afterwards. Philip Rowe, good underdog pick or no? Yeah, I'd say he's a good underdog pick. For that. I'm not a betting man, so hopefully you don't lose money on that pick. But yeah, I think that's a good bet. Got a late night. You got a late night tonight, Jamie?
Nah, not tonight. Not tonight.
And
tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow.
So tomorrow, and obviously
busy tomorrow.
The description for the Just Given page for the Midnight Walk in August, for the domestic abuse support unit in Wrexham that I'll be doing at the end of August. So the Just Giving page is there. We're trying to raise £500. So any contribution, no matter how little or how small, will be very much appreciated. And I need to share it out on my Twitter, actually. I just haven't got around to doing it. So I'll make sure I'll get that done. Yes, so everyone that's tuned in, thank you for watching. And me and Jamie will see you tomorrow on the Sanderson Show for UFC 302 watch along. See you soon.
Sweet.